angle. It's from the side.
Oh,
it was the
okay.
profile
right.
angle.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
How
Please,
I
Marcus.
pictured it was he was giving him the brown eyes experience.
No.
Well, the one thing I know I have, like, that's my friends and I would do is I don't know, it was a joke. We used to do trivia, and you know when you do pub trivia, usually the prizes are like free things that you get from the pub, like you know,
Yeah.
it'll be like beer merchandise basically. And we won some James Bogues beanies before, which are like they look like footy beanies, and I am drinking
We are drinking James Bogues at the
premium
moment.
lager right now,
Yeah,
so
it's good
it
beer.
sparked my memory. And we just like, who would wear beer merchandise? Who does that?
Yeah.
And then it became like a Where's Wally in the world. Every time you would see someone wearing a James Bogue beanie, you would take a photo of them. So they're strangers, and it's like, it doesn't matter who they are. I've been driving and I've been scrambling. I shouldn't do this. I've been scrambling for my phone to get a photo of people walking
With James Bogues or
I could crash my car and die. And I get to heaven, and at the gates they ask, why are you here? What happened? I was trying to take a photo.
St. Peter, as I was telling the officer.
He was wearing a white and green beanie that said James Bogues on it.
Go on in, my child.
did they at least look good, those beanies?
They look like a football beanie. I guess they sort of look like I
Yeah,
play
yeah,
for James Bogues.
Yeah.
And I don't really like
That's a
giving-
tough one to explain if your girlfriend
yeah,
saw that.
yeah. But like realistically, it's like it's like stalking someone,
Yeah.
like creeping on strangers and taking photos of it. But
I do have those thoughts sometimes, like who are the random people out there in the world
Yep.
who have seen me wearing something
Right.
or, I don't know, doing whatever, and they've just
Taken a photo
taped
of
me
you?
or taken a photo of
Yeah.
me, and now I'm the butt of someone's group chat.
You
You know,
never
like the butt of the
know.
joke. It has. I think
yeah.
everyone's got smartphones. I reckon it's happened to all of us at least once.
What
has to.
What do you reckon yours is? Is there something you reckon someone's ever snapped you for?
I have a habit of, like, if I'm out with friends, I will start dancing like an idiot in public.
okay.
Just to embarrass them and to make them laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone would have had to at least snap me once, I think. What about you guys?
Someone's just like, hey, look at this asshole. Like,
I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's like an article of clothing that I wear that's like that stands out or anything.
I've got one which my brother sent a photo of someone else wearing what I was wearing to make
Okay.
fun of me.
Right.
So it was a yellow beanie.
Yeah.
So I would imagine being the part of the Yellow Beanie Club is very exclusive.
Right.
He's shamed me so much that I don't wear the beanie anymore.
Oh no.
But that being said,
I mean,
yeah.
no, he deserves that because he shamed me for wearing a denim vest.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
never wear it anymore. So that is your just desserts right
I
there.
feel fortunate. I don't think you guys have ever shamed me for wearing anything in particular.
No, not in particular.
Tom, we would if there was something
Oh,
to shame.
thank you.
True.
Thank you. Just
You're flawless.
literally perfect.
yeah, literally perfect.
I don't know. The only
Literally
thing I can think of is like when I go to the gym, I have to tie my hair up in a top knot, and I look like a shrunken troll.
Yeah.
It's not super long, but I'm sure they'd be like, "Look at this little fucking little beanie,
Look at this
little butt on the top of his head."
Yeah, I
Maybe
reckon
that-
someone probably would have.
Someone's probably snapped that before.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's probably it. Anyway, we've gone off the question.
Way off the question.
What do we want to say to Box?
All right.
Like, what do you say? Like, is it that bad of a thing to have the folder?
I think it is pretty. It's not bad, but you need to know the answer.
Yeah, it would kill me. I
it would
need
kill
to
me.
know the
It would
answer.
kill me, and I would even go as far as saying, because they're living together. If you don't tell me, you're sleeping on the couch
Okay.
Oh.
every night until you tell me.
Yeah, you'd want to know. It'd be eating you up inside.
It's not breakup worthy, although it's probably.
And then the
nearing
boyfriend
to.
will say, I don't need to sleep on the couch because I'm sleeping in your dad's bed tonight. It's fine.
Hey, that's all right. And he goes, fine, I'll sleep on the couch, and then puts the quilt with his dad's face as well. Good night.
I mean, yeah.
You think that's fair enough?
I think it's fair enough because if it's
think-
a present for her,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it doesn't matter if it's your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister.
Yep.
If you have hundreds of photos of them, you need to tell your partner why you have them.
Yeah.
100%.
You can't act coy about it. It's not a
Yeah.
thing you can act coy about.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Whatever you think it is, it's the opposite. Well, you're not sleeping in my bed tonight. You're
Yeah.
on the couch.
Okay, let's leave it there then for Bocconcini.
Yeah.
I'm going to go next with this one. And this one's going to come from Mozzarella.
Ooh, a bit of mozzarella.
Cheesiness.
Okay, so Mozzarella writes in, should I inform my professor that my classmates are cheating? Hi, this is very hard to talk about, and I'm in a programming class, and it requires a lot of work. I've received help from one particular student in a class. However, I was accused of cheating because my work was like his. So after that, I did my own work and everything without any help. Unfortunately, my other classmates on GroupMe are receiving help and much more. Meaning, it must be like an app or something. Meaning that this guy is doing their program and fixing for them. One particular girl in the class has admitted that she will be doing her assignment on the last minute and ended up having someone to do it for her on GroupMe. I feel like that this is not hard work, and I'm trying to not let this bother me anymore. But it's eating me inside every day now. Plus, they all gave this guy money at the end as a gift. I find it very odd. I have always been taught that hard work goes a long way. Should I inform my professors about this? Mozzarella.
Oh,
It's big and it's
as a
choosy.
gift. No, they're paying him. That's
Yeah, right.
so,
Here you go. It's a gift for you.
It's a gift in like
He's providing a
quotation
service.
marks. My ass. Look, I'm of the belief that snitches get stitches. Yeah?
Yes.
Right.
All right. But it feels like she's already received a stitch
Okay.
for like the for copywriting earlier.
Right.
So now it's her turn to give like the.
You got to pay it forward,
You
basically.
got to pay it forward.
You got to be like Haley
Yeah.
Joel Osment and pay it forward. Doesn't he stab
100%.
someone in that movie? That kid?
I mean, I think so.
I don't know.
Why not?
So people are paying this guy,
Yeah.
and he is
Doing the work.
He's
doing the
basically
work
just
for
like
him.
he's like Mark Zuckerberg. He's like a coding genius,
Right.
And he's just like, whatever, I'll do it, and I'll just take the money for it,
Yeah.
and then I'll claim it as mine. And the Winklevoss twins will sue me, and then Army Hammer becomes a cannibal.
Yeah,
That's how that whole thing unfolds, right?
This is the
Allegedly.
origin story of Facebook right
Yeah,
now
that's it.
on this story.
Did you guys ever toy with the idea of, I don't know if this ever happened to you when you were doing essays and you know Google online for, quotes and resources and stuff. And I feel like, I don't know if it happens anymore. I feel like I'd always get links to essays that are already written about the topic you're writing about.
Oh,
And they'd give you a little taste. It's like a little intro paragraph. It's like, that is a good paragraph.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
but if you want the rest of the essay,
yeah,
you have to pay $5.
uh-huh.
And there were definitely times when I was in uni where I was like,
I need it.
it's a night before, it's due the next day, $5,
Well-
and the essay's done.
$5 is $5.
And then I can watch a movie, and
Yeah.
I don't have to stay up until 2 a.m. to do the essay.
Sure,
But would
sure.
you pay? Would you pay for it and then just like read over it and say that's fine, or would you then go ahead and
I see. I would fix it up. I never did
Yeah,
it. I never
you'd have
pulled the
to
trigger.
change it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to change it because now with near the end of my uni degree, and I think it's commonplace now, when you submit an essay, it goes through a program and it'll tell you
if it's been plagiarized?
how similar it is to other stuff online. So it might be like your essay has a 5% similarity to other things online.
Yeah, and then there's like a threshold that has to be under.
Yes,
Okay.
and a lot of time that happens just because you're using quotes or
Yeah.
you're quoting sources, so that's going to happen. So I figured if you just throw in one of those essays, it would be like 100%.
Yeah.
Could police kick down your door? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and it's all over. So I never did it, but I definitely toyed with it. Be like, if I could just have the night off,
Yeah.
and pay
It'd
for
be
an
nice.
essay,
It's tempting, right?
yeah.
I
So you
feel-
guys never did
No,
that?
never.
I never
Okay.
did that, but what I did do in high school, which I feel like everyone did in IT. Again, this is back in the old days where it never really happened. But
Yes, we are old. We are old, Marcus. We get it.
old. We had to submit our Excel project
Oh yeah,
via USB.
sure.
So
This is
what a
before
lot of
Dropbox and
yeah,
Google
yeah,
Drive.
before Dropbox, for all that. So the
Physically.
teacher would say your assignment's due at the end of the class. You can work this class on it, whatever. So what a lot of people did, me included, was you'd wait until a few of the smarter people submitted
Uh-huh.
on their USB. Then you say, I'm ready to submit mine. You'd grab the USB, you'd grab their document, you changed your name, change a few little things, put it back onto the USB as your own,
Right.
and that's you submitting the project.
Change the font. Change this.
Change a
Change
few
that.
things. Yeah. You get, and you know what? Sure enough, you'd get a B because the teacher didn't give a shit. This
It's
particular,
high school. They're just like
this particular IT teacher could not care less,
Yeah.
and he flat out said it a lot of the time. But yeah,
Yeah.
Look, I've cheated on tests a couple of times.
Ooh.
A couple of times.
Tom.
One of them was
I didn't get it. I didn't get no vitriol, but
one
Tom
of them,
did.
one of them was a
Tom
science test. I
respected.
think it was year 10.
Do you know why? Because I expect it from you.
Yeah.
As I said 5 minutes ago, I said Tom is perfect. So
Yeah.
I don't expect it from
Yeah,
him.
it's true.
Well, look, what it was is it was basically, in a science class, you're sitting down and you're doing tests with, next to people, whatever. I was working on my test, and I think what I did was I basically swapped tests with the person next to me to help them.
Right.
And I was just like, I'll take it and I'll write the answer down, and you take it and look at this.
Wait, you gave each other the papers.
Yeah,
and
it's
no
like
one
just
noticed.
like go over it. Well, it was just like you like switch it over, right? And so I switched it over, and then I'd written, and then I switched it back, and then as I switched it back, right, I'm writing, and I look up, and there was another teacher standing in the room, like looking straight at me, and like she'd come in and she'd talk to the teacher and was just like, blah, 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 and then looked at me like the Terminator, like the Terminator when they're like in the arcade looking for John Connor, right? I was John Connor. And she walked up to me and she's just like, she comes up and I'm like, oh, this is it. She caught me. She saw me swap the paper back.
Yeah.
She comes up to me. She goes, was Andrew here this morning in homeroom? And I was like, yeah, he was. And she's like, okay, thank you. And she walked off. I'm like sweating bullets as she came up. But yeah, like
You would have been dying.
Yeah, no, and it's like it's no big deal because it's like it's year 10 science in the end. But the other time was a little bit. I think it was in at uni, and there was someone had left the room and we were doing like this sort of assignment thing, and the teacher had left the room. Sorry, and the answer sheet was literally just sitting on their page, and I like looked at it and I was like, okay, and I passed it around to everyone.
Hey, everybody.
I'm like, the answers are here if you want it. And it was like, oh, yeah, great, awesome. And there was like,
Look, if you want to cheat, here you go.
Granted, it was like an audio mixing class. So it was like, it's not.
That's kind of beautiful. You were like Robin Hood. You
Yeah,
stole
exactly.
from the
Yeah,
rich
exactly.
and you gave to the poor.
And it's not like I got a
knowledge pool.
qualification for like building like, skyscrapers that are now going to fall down because I cheated and I didn't realize what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's small fries.
It's mixing.
Small
But
fries.
you touched on a good point there. I think it all comes down to like this person wants to snitch.
Yeah.
It all comes down to what those people want to get out of the course they're doing, right?
Exactly.
So it's the whole, I mean, it's a cliche, but they're only cheating themselves. If they actually want to learn how to do their job,
yeah.
they're not getting better. They're probably not going to find any decent work because they don't know how to do simple
Right,
problems.
right.
They're only hurting themselves. If anything, these people keep cheating and they're not learning anything, they're going to be less qualified.
Yeah.
Or you're putting in the work, you're going to be more qualified. You should be more likely to get a job over them.
You would think so, right? Especially, but it's something like computer programming. If you don't know that, if you've got the qualification but you don't know that, you can't fake that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because your program will not work.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you don't know how to code or anything like that, you can't just like get by everyone else doing the code.
It's like faking to be a surgeon.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot fumble your way through a job like
Yes.
that.
I feel like you hear it all the time with like plastic surgeons. It's like, yeah, he never had his plastic surgeon license and he just was operating on people all the time. It's like, why would you do that?
Just giving people boob jobs when they didn't ask for it.
All I can do is give you a set of tits. That's all I really know.
That's all I got, guys.
You got a nose problem? That's all right. Have some boobies.
Have some boobies up there.
Have you been watching Botched as well,
I
Tom?
love Botch.
Oh,
I love Botch. I love the two. I love the
He's
two.
excited.
Oh, dude.
Calm down, Tom. He's
I want to be
excited.
famous. Botch is a great song. Great show.
Me and my girlfriend were watching last night.
Yeah.
And after every commercial break, I went, I want to be famous. It's the theme song. It's great.
It's great. Botch is basically they fix people's plastic surgery
Yes,
problems.
yeah.
And some of the shit these people like go through.
Yeah.
The woman watching last night, she was like, their boobies were like, I want to say they were like size Z. I didn't even know they could be that big.
And they're like so big that the skin is so thin. It's
Yeah.
like a balloon. Like it's like,
You're just waiting for it to pop. Like it's a water balloon just waiting
literally,
to pop.
right?
And the crazy thing is, like, she's like, I want them to be bigger.
Yeah.
And the surgeon's like, no, you can't even drive a car.
Yeah. There's always one person on Botch, right, where they look like they've had too much and they're like, I'm going to meet doctors to get this even bigger. And you know that they're going to turn around and be like, no, get out of here.
They're crazy.
Yeah, right. When then there's someone who's like, I had like 5 nose jobs and they've like ruined my shit. Can you fix it? And they're like, yeah, we'll fix that. But we're not going to give like the lady with the
Size Z.
size Z Coco Bongos.
Yeah.
Majungas.
We're going to make them double Zs. They don't do that.
No,
It doesn't happen.
It
No,
doesn't
no,
happen.
no.
That doesn't happen.
Anyway, great show, Botch.
It's good to know they someone else on the Botch train.
Hey, I'm all. Yeah. I don't mind getting botched every now and then. Okay, so back to this person. They're wanting to do they tell on the people that have been cheating? Do they tell the professor?
I feel like, what do you have to gain out of it? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
I mean, I guess people's grades. It's like, I mean, I know there's a grading curve. If people are doing better than you, that can hurt. That can't hurt your score, can
Well,
it?
it depends on it also depends on
Depends.
what it is. If you're just trying to get your degree, it's like
Please get degrees. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to gain out of it? You might gain like people like hating you if they find out you're the snitch,
right.
and that's all you're gaining out of it. You're not gaining better marks out of
Yeah.
it or anything like
I
that.
get that it's like it could be someone like potentially taking your job though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That person could
True.
get a job from you.
Yeah. I guess it depends what they're doing it. Like you were saying, if it's architecture,
Yeah.
like engineering,
Yeah.
I would be ratting everybody else because, like you said, there are lives at stake.
Sure.
I mean, I guess IT could, depending on where they're working, it could also mean
Yeah.
lives are at stake.
They could be trying to program a love robot and make it a hate robot, and
Oh
it
my
kills
God.
everybody.
And it rips people's dicks off
Yeah,
instead of sucking
exactly.
Then
them.
I'm actually like John Connor with the Terminator.
Yeah.
He's chasing after me in the arcade.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
hard because you're
know.
like, I think overall we often say snitches get stitches. Like
Yes.
I think that if we were going to have a quote
Yeah.
on our podcast,
Yeah, that's one of
the
them,
question
yeah.
is snitches get
Snitches
stitches.
get stitches.
This is our tagline.
I'm very conflicted about this
Yeah.
because, like, high school, like you said,
Doesn't-
that cheating kind of feels like very doesn't feel major.
It's elementary.
It's a minor thing.
But if you're getting degrees, I don't know.
It's also just like, wow, dude, wow, you stood in the way of me getting through this course. Like, I'm trying to get a career here.
I'm kind of leaning towards snitching. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't
Yeah.
know. I would just pretend I did not see.
I would feel absolutely